Hi everyone, ahojte! When learning a language, we might think we are doing our best while studying and using the most effective way. However, there could be some bad habits that, without realizing, are preventing us to advance or learn faster. That's why, today in Linguarte, we'd like to share with you some of the most common mistakes that language learners struggle with on their learning process. Also, we'll give you some helpful tips based on our experience so you can keep learning. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified when we upload a new video. Also, if you want to learn Slovak language, check out our free lessons on YouTube or visit our website to know more about our courses. Let's start. Začínáme. Creating preconceptions. I'm sure you have heard people saying, Slovak is a very difficult language. Slovak language is impossible to learn. This kind of sentences create fear and a sense of pessimism that really doesn't help in the learning process of a language. If you're a beginner student, you will feel discouraged after hearing such negative words. It is important to understand that every language has its particular difficulties and challenges. We don't perceive this in our native languages because we have learned it from the childhood. Therefore, instead of creating a negative preconception about the language you want to learn, try to keep positive attitude and an impartial opinion. This really helps you approach the learning process as something challenging but interesting. Give it a try and you will notice the difference. Focusing too much on grammar. When starting with a new language, don't feel worried about the grammar. It is very tempting to check out and try to learn all at once the grammar and rules and languages has. The issue with focusing on grammar is that very likely you'll get confused or even sad if you are not able to understand or remember everything. But don't get us wrong. Grammar is important, for sure, but grammar lessons can come later and also as a tool when you have some vocabulary in order to make sentences. That's why learning methods focused on grammar don't really help to improve the learning process. By the way, check our website to find out more about our different methods of teaching languages. Getting discouraged by mistakes. Let's make it clear. When learning a language, mistakes are good and actually a very important part of the learning process. I know this might sound weird. Many people think that when they are making a mistake, they will be judged, mistreated, or even considered stupid. But this is far from the reality. Mistakes are necessary because they create the opportunity to learn and consolidate deeper what is learned. If you make a mistake, most likely the other person will correct you and help you to improve your language skills. That's why be patient and kind to yourself. When learning a language, mistakes are not a failure, but a right path to success. Misunderstanding how you learn. Everyone is different and everyone learns a language in a different way. Understanding this is the key to your learning process. There are people who are more visual, verbal, musical, or physical. If you're learning a language, try to adapt the learning to your specific type of learning style. But how? If you're a visual person, use images, pictures to illustrate what you are studying. If you're a musical type, use music, sound, rhythms in your learning process. Unfortunately, most types of textbooks and methods focus on text and written practices without incorporating other possibilities. Learning too much vocabulary. When learning a new language, it seems very tempting to learn as much vocabulary as possible. But many times, this is not the best strategy. At the beginning, it is better to choose the right words and the ones that serve you the best. Learning vocabulary like numbers, colors, family members, food, and most used verbs are the best places to start. Make it choosing the words that you use more and not all that exist. In this way, you will build a list of vocabulary that is relevant to your life and activities. This will help you remember them easier. After you have paused the beginning of phrases, you can start adding more words to the core vocabulary you already have. Fear of speaking. One of the hardest things to do when learning a language is to break the fear of speaking the language. Speaking is very frightening for people either by the fact that they feel native speakers are going to judge them or just because they think people won't understand them. This can cause a real block on the learning process because speaking is the key factor that helps improve our language skills. Therefore, we would advise you to overcome the fear of speaking as soon as possible. In which way? If you're not confident enough to speak anywhere, then try to speak in a controlled and safe environment with friends or colleagues. Another great idea is trying language exchange groups where you won't feel pressure for speaking perfectly. Not giving enough time. In an ideal world, we would learn languages very quickly and without any effort. But unless you're a memory champion, learning a language will take time. Many people give up on learning a language because they lose motivation and think results should come immediately. Learning a language is a process that requires time and patience, so keeping up the motivation is very important. Give yourself credit and reward yourself for the process you see throughout the learning process. With this mindset, you will master any language. We can guarantee you this. We hope you found this video useful and try to apply our advice. Also, let us know in the comments what other mistakes or strategies you have seen or made when learning a language. Finally, follow Linguarte on YouTube or Instagram where you will find more phrases, videos, or interesting facts about Slovak language. Continue learning with other of our videos. Have a good day. Bye. Ciao.